All right, welcome back to Market Pros, where every day we go over morning analysis, and every Saturday we interview your top crypto professionals, market experts, and your favorite YouTubers. My guest today is Reach. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm great, thanks, and you.
Good, good. Um, let's see. So we're gonna talk about crypto today. What made you first get into crypto?
So, I mean, honestly, it was just to make money. I think, like a lot of people, like you just see the charts, you see how much price appreciation there is, you see the price discovery, and you feel emotionally like just FOMO. And I felt FOMO, I got into it. But I did eventually end up doing actual research by myself, learning about the projects, learning about the teams behind the projects. And through doing that fundamental research, I did actually manage to do quite a few good calls in 2021. But I have kind of just been out of the space for a while because I'm quite bearish at the moment. But I do believe in crypto in the long term.
So it's because the bear market that you kind of got out. Did you get to sell towards the top, or did you kind of hold on? What's your position right now?
Well, you see, back then, I wasn't as well informed as I am now. So I did unfortunately not take profit. So I'm stuck with quite a few altcoins. And I do think that they're going to dump further. But, right now we do have the possibility of potentially going up further. But I do think that the bottom will be in like September, October. I don't think that we bottomed at 17K.
No, no, me neither. I think we go much lower. I have been saying on my channel for, since about 18K that I did think we were going to get up to like 26, maybe even the 27. There's a lot of confluence with a lot of different variables that go into that analysis. Um, but after that, I do think we make new lows, uh, possibly even down anywhere from 8 to 10K. The only reason I say that is because everybody's looking at 16K, everybody's looking at 12K, and usually when that happens,
Yeah.
it gets overshot or front ran. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's what I'm looking at right there. Are you,
I mean, if you look at the chart and you zoom out and you go to the 1 month time frame and you look at the candles though, you will see that most of the like price appreciation that's occurred has happened literally 2020 above. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, to me, there's just been too much of a rise too quickly. I think that it's almost akin to the dot-com bubble. So I really do think that we're going to go down much further to at least 10K in my opinion.
yeah,
But I think we could even go down to 3.5K. And,
wow,
that'll obviously mean across the board, altcoins dying,
oh
altcoins
yeah,
going down 98, 96%. But if you look at the 20,000 cryptocurrencies on the market right now, are they cryptocurrencies? Are they currencies? No, they're bullshit utility tokens.
exactly,
So out of those 20,000 coins, I think that maybe only like under 1,000 will actually survive.
yeah, yeah, I agree completely. Um, yeah, if we do get down to there, that would be great. I got quite a bit of dry powder on the sideline. I did sell quite a bit at like 55K. Most of my altcoins at that point as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean I'm doing pretty good on the dry powder side, ready to, you know, get into this bear market even heavier, but not yet. I got my levels to the downside, and that's what I'm sticking with. I DCA out, I DCA in on my longer term positions. I'm also a swing trader. I do scalps and range trading every now and then, but I'm mostly a swing trader. I go after the big moves and just lever up. That's kind of how I make, my living.
Yeah.
It's how I make my living on the trading side. So are you the first member in your family or friends that got into crypto? Like, are you the first person that took the leap, started investing, or do you have other investors, investing background in your family or friends?
No, no, no. My family actually doesn't have any investing background. Um, But I did also recently get a job in the financial services sector, so that has obviously helped me become much more knowledgeable on investing traditionally as well as in the cryptocurrency space. But I got into it with a couple of my close friends, but we got into it as fools, just trying to leverage trade, and ended up losing quite a bit. So they actually got disheartened and left, and I, just believed in the space, and I continued to invest, and I still invest in the space.
Gotcha. Uh, yeah, I'm also the first member in my family or friends to get into it. I got a few friends into it. I actually had one friend, kind of similar to you, that, we first got into
Yeah,
investing pretty much together. I was in for a few months before him, got him into it. He's made a bunch of money. I've done pretty well for myself. I've got a few members of my family in it. They wouldn't get into it until they seen like how much money I would make, in a quick amount of time.
yeah.
So I finally got, them going into it, my parents, and they actually used the money that they made because I mean they're only in it for the money. They're not really about the crypto space, the community, technology. They don't give a shit about none of that,
Yeah.
you know. And but it actually helped them buy their house that they have now. So
Oh, that's
definitely,
amazing, man.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. And so they're very thankful and grateful for that. Um what which strategy did you start with? Like when you first got into crypto, what was your strategy? Was it DCAing? Were you already a trader? Kind of share your strategy
No,
that you started
so
with.
yeah, so when I got into it, I actually knew nothing about trading. I knew nothing about investing. I didn't even know what DCAing was. So I literally just bought, and I had the intention to hodl. But then I made like 200% profit, so I had to sell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got into it as a complete idiot. And then I learned through, YouTubers, Reddit, um, courses online. And I've now employed a dollar cost average strategy, but also just trying to find really good projects before, the bees have gone to them, and just waiting it out for, a couple months or a year in a really good project. And then just taking a little bit of profit and riding it risk free.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So what strategy do you use now? Same thing, or have you developed actual trading strategies that you use? Kind of share, how you kind of make your money now.
So right now, actually, I'm out of the crypto game. I regret, not buying during this last dump, but I'm honestly just so bearish on the space right now
Yeah.
that I don't even want to invest until, we get down to 10K or something. Because, I've already got some pretty big bags. So if we go up, I'll make my money. If we go down, I can afford to lose that. So I
Gotcha.
don't want to put anything in more right now. So right now I am actually doing a few other side hustles. I'm reselling hype clothes like Supreme, Palace, um, for quite a bit of profit. But otherwise, just my job.
Gotcha. So, coming to that, was one of the reasons why you're so bearish is because of all the regulations and what is happening? Like, what do you think about all these regulations that they're trying to put down on the crypto space?
Um, not really. And if you look at a lot of those news articles on like Bitcoin.com or Cointelegraph, they often have very little substance. And what I think the regulators are doing right now is just trying to set an example with a few coins. I think the ones they're going after on Coinbase are like 6 to 7. Those projects might get shut down, but for the rest of the space, it's up to the exchanges to regulate at the end of the day, I think. So I think it just depends which exchange you're on.
Gotcha. So,
But in terms of it like negatively affecting the space, I honestly don't know yet because you have to pay attention to what's happening with central bank digital currencies.
yeah,
And right now, the US is holding it back. They've said that cryptocurrencies and CBDCs can coexist. I don't really think that that's possible, though, because in order to have a central bank digital currency, it's essentially like just fiat currency that has been made digital, right?
right.
And with that, if they employ stuff like smart contracts, I think that there could be a lot of almost authoritarian consequences.
Yeah.
Imagine your employer pays you a salary and they put a smart contract into it where it budgets your money for you. Like there are a whole lot of possibilities like that. Say you have to pay a loan to the bank, they could almost budget your income in order they could like there are just so many possibilities that are almost nightmarish with central bank digital currencies that do actually also make me very bearish on the space because in order for them to exist, Bitcoin can't exist. You know, Monero can't exist. Monero is already being banned in Europe.
Yeah. That's a very good point. I agree. They really don't know what the hell they're doing either. You know what I mean? Like you got a bunch of people trying to make rules for something they don't know anything about.
Yeah,
They don't like it, because it takes the power out of their hands. And yeah, this CBD DCs are not. I don't think they're very favorable for the crypto space either. I don't think it'll get rid of Bitcoin. I don't. I think Bitcoin will always be around, but I do think most of these other coins will die, get banned, get it to where you get taxed so much that it's not even worth it in some countries. Like India. India's got like 30% capital gains right now for crypto, I think. And
yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's not looking good, but we'll see. I'm not political or nothing, but we do have the midterms coming up in the United States. And so we might have a little bit more favorable or crypto friendly politicians in, but we'll find out. You know what I mean? We'll find out. What I heard you talking about
No, you
your
definitely will. Because, you know, as you were saying, that the lawmakers in your country aren't really informed of crypto.
yeah.
The way that they will become informed is researchers from like FTX, Coinbase will come and inform them. And when they inform them, will obviously have their own slant, and that slant will dictate the rules. So you should really have a look at the currencies that the cryptos that FTX is pushing, which is Radium, Serum, and I think there are a few other ones. But on Coinbase's side, there's also Energy Web because the SEC is going after Power Ledger. So I'm not bearish on that side because you also have FTX bringing in or trying to fund lawmakers that will be in favor of crypto. Like there's one on the Republican side, and yeah, the two on the Republican side. I'm not really into politics either, so I can't remember
Right.
their names, but I'm not bearish in that regard at all.
What I heard you talking about you still have bags. So what coins now none of this is financial advice for anybody watching, but what coins are you holding right now? Like what coins are you willing to ride down in this bear market?
Okay, so I hold Internet Computer, ICP, Clayton, Clay, Phantom, FDM, Engine Coin, Optimism, Gala, Ontology Gas, Ocean Protocol, Radium, Energy Web Token, Meta Hero, Genopets, Gods Unchained, Dayton Arena, unfortunately, GuildFi, Fota, Senate, Solchix Token, Decimated, Ronin, Moon Nation Game, Cryo War, Mouse Hunt Token, Quest, which is my worst buy. This thing dumped 96%. But Hotel, Space Misfits, Meta Gods, Age of Tanks, Kart Racing League, and Alter State Token. But I do also hold Matic and Solana and I think a few other tokens as well,
Gotcha. Yeah, it
but
sounds like
not Bitcoin and Ethereum yet.
oh really? Sounds like
Yeah, I think there's
good.
just a lot more downside.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Sounds like you got a pretty diversified portfolio. I heard some blue chips in there, even some coins I haven't even heard of. Um, so it looks like you're pretty diversified with blue chips, also, higher risk coins, more upside. So see how it turns out. So what coins are you looking at to get once we get down to those lower levels? Like, are you just looking to accumulate more of what you got? Are you looking at new stuff? What are you looking at?
I'm definitely looking at only a few coins. The best coin for me is going to be Engine because the utility behind Engine is going to be to create a cryptocurrency to be used across games where you sell an in-game item or you earn in-game currency from completing quests or selling items. That currency will be universal and you can sell it for real money. So, like EVE Online, they have that amazing digital currency and like whole economy in the game. Stuff like that will be powered by Engine, but Engine is also doing a lot more than that. They're actually providing the infrastructure behind like NFTs. I can't actually talk that much about it because I've done a lot of research on it. And second, I mean, would be Matic, but what you have to pay attention to with Matic is that it has like a 26% inflation rate. Um, Phantom as well, and otherwise also Energy Web, and definitely also Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Yeah. Yeah, Enigmatic, Bitcoin, and Ethereum are also stuff that I've been looking at. Definitely going to go pretty big on Engine, also Ethereum, obviously Bitcoin. I I try to have like a pretty diversified portfolio myself. I'll get a big bag of Bitcoin and Ethereum just to have some stability, and it's kind of some not not like for sure gains because you never know what's going to happen, but more stability, kind of, longer term perspective there. Also Solana, I'm also looking at what was the other ones? Theta, V Chain, Near,
Yeah,
stuff.
VPN's a good one.
Yeah,
And Chainlink.
yeah, Link too. Yep. Yeah, so I got some blue chips, and then after I get all that set up, I'll start looking for the newer coins, the trend. Like I didn't
Yeah.
expect meme coins and shit to go so high. Like I've been in this.
Shiba Inu.
Right, right. Like I've been in the markets for over 6 years full time, but I've been in crypto since
Yeah.
2019. So I didn't, this was my first crypto bull market, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
me
was,
too. Me too.
yeah, yeah, I was used to stocks and Forex, for quite a few years. And then I got into crypto. Ever since then, I've been full crypto though. So, yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at. Once I found out the gains of crypto, it just seemed pointless to trade stocks anymore. I don't even have a stock portfolio. Full crypto, plan on being full crypto, for the rest of my trading career. Um, what did
But what comes with that as entering in a bull market and not having experienced a proper bear market yet is that we don't actually have the perspective of, you know, blue chips going down 70, 90%. We haven't experienced that yet, but it's happened multiple times.
exactly? Yeah, I've really studied past cycles. I pretty much had most of this mapped out. I had different scenarios. The lower scenario is what ended up playing out. I was thinking it would go up to
Yeah.
75K, but obviously it got front ran a bit, but I sold a lot. I started DCAing out of my major holdings about 55K. Changed my life. I mean, I still rode it all the way up.
Yeah.
I was buying Ethereum at $100, Bitcoin at 7.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah, Chainlink at $1. You know what I mean? Like it did pretty well. Um, and the only reason that I DCA'd and took profits is because, I was used to the stock market, you know what I mean? And, still swing trading. So I was used to taking profits, here and there after big moves and then accumulating more once it dropped down to my levels, and then rode it back up, continue the process. And then
Yeah.
once it got to 55K, I started DCAing out. I didn't really sell any at the top. I stopped DCAing about 65 just because I didn't know if it was going to get front ran or not. I did have some bags left that I've actually, rode down because I'm never going to sell them. And it's just Bitcoin. I have some Bitcoin that I'm never going to sell. I'm going to give it to my son, and that's kind of where I'm at with it. Um, what, if you just came back if you just got into the space, like, and you could have told yourself something, gave yourself some advice, like, what advice would you have to somebody that just came in?
I would definitely tell them to, read the Bitcoin white paper, research what it actually is, research what money is so that you understand the difference between fiat currency and cryptocurrency. Um, Try and educate yourself on all of the projects that you actually want to invest in. Learn a little bit about trading before you actually put any real money into the game. Just paper trade or, use small amounts. Don't leverage trade until you have a lot of experience and you've worked up a good risk return ratio. But yeah, I think primarily it would just be to paper trade when you first get into it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree. That's kind of the route that I went. The first year, I studied technical analysis. I mean, like it was my job. I have a construction company as well, and what I would do is I'd go, do my construction thing all day, and then I'd come home and study for like six
Yeah.
hours, 6 hours every single day for like a year. And that's kind of where I started my journey, and then when I did get into crypto, I probably have read, 6 books on crypto and Bitcoin. Like the Bitcoin Standard, that was a really good book. Kind of teaches you about money, the history of money, gives you an outlook on economics, stuff like that. I would definitely recommend people to read that book. Very, very good book about Bitcoin, in my opinion. And yeah, I mean, just study, definitely just study the first year before. And like you said, paper trade, see where you're at, see your hit rate, develop some strategies, that you can back test and, make sure you'll know basically how much money or what your return will be, over time, if you back test your strategies, you know what I mean, and see
Yeah.
how profitable you're gonna be. In the end, trading sometimes will get boring because you're just looking for your signals, and it doesn't get boring to me. I'm like obsessed with the market, obsessed. It's like, yeah, I love it. It's not boring to me at all. I love staring at charts, analyzing, you know, and trading. I love trading, and but definitely study at the start. Don't put no real money into it. Like you said, paper trade, and just focus on education and making rules because I mean trading is and concentrating on the psychology of the markets. Trading is three-quarter psychology and one-quarter technical analysis, in my opinion. And then you also have to develop your disciplines in life and in trading. And I've found that helped me tremendously over the years. So, do you have any closing thoughts? We're about out of time. So, do you have any closing thoughts for the audience? Looks like we're having a technical difficulty again. Let's go ahead and fix this. Let's see here.
So, since you're coming from the USA, I would just want to warn your audience about a coin called G99. This is a massive scam and pyramid scheme, MLM scam. It's really causing a lot of damage. It's the biggest scam I've seen. They've had their like promo on the Burj Khalifa to New York City billboards. Um, it's a really parasitical thing because of course, the MLM structure, how it works. But it's now going by Lydian World. So if you ever hear about that, or if you ever hear anyone wanting to get you into that, just stay away from that. So there's just a big warning to that. If you want to find out more about this, there's a great channel called 24 Karat Chris, and he's the only person actually speaking out against this. So if you need more information about it, he's there.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Thank you. And remember, none of this is financial advice. These are just our opinions and it's for educational purposes only. So yeah, I want to thank you for coming on. Definitely enjoyed it. It's been my pleasure. And I hope to get you back on soon. Everyone, if you like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description below. Turn on those bell notifications so when we do analysis videos, you get notified for the time sensitive content. A lot of time, as soon as we put these videos out, the move happens. We have a very high hit rate. We stay ahead of the curve. So once again, I want to thank you, Reach, for coming back on. Everyone have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, and I will see you tomorrow.